All right, everybody, welcome to the TimeOut podcast with Oli and Vens. Welcome. We are March 23rd. Today is somebody's birthday. I cannot remember. But anyway, anybody who's celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday to my best friend, my female best friend. She's celebrating tomorrow. Happy birthday, Gabby. And we have to start by saying rest in peace to one of the boxing greatest of all time, George Foreman, who passed away this week. For those who don't follow boxing much, you probably heard the name of George Foreman if you know Muhammad Ali. He's one of the guy that went toe to toe with Muhammad Ali in the Rumble of the Jungle match. So he was one of the greatest boxers of all time, and I think they have a movie about him, like a biopic.
hmm
So if you guys have some time, you can check it out. So thoughts and prayers to his family.
hmm
Um, so rest in peace, George. So we're gonna start. Uh, let's start with football, man. So how you feel about your guy being a Giant?
If
Uh,
if Shedeur ends up going there somehow, some way, then you are getting a great veteran at the quarterback position
that can mentor him.
that can mentor him, and you're also getting a great quarterback and a great personality for your locker room if you are a team wanting to turn things around. He
Okay,
could
and
go anywhere. He could go anywhere, and I love it.
uh, how you feel about efficiency for him?
I don't
Can
care.
he can he put those numbers? Can he help the Giant? I mean, obviously, one quarterback going to the Giants is not gonna make the Giants a contender,
Exactly.
but can he elevate the level a little bit?
Of course, he's gonna elevate them with his attitude. He's gonna elevate them like this isn't a dumb. This isn't a
QB, yeah, yeah,
dumb
yeah. I mean,
QB. So
yeah.
he's gonna elevate the team and bring whatever he brings to the table. I mean, we saw what he was doing when he was with Cleveland for the time being. He wasn't bad.
Hmm.
He wasn't bad by any means. He wasn't terrible. He was just
No.
serviceable. He was just
Mm.
serviceable. And if you need a serviceable QB who has all the intangibles you need in a person who plays QB, especially for a young team, a young developing team
Giants
that
team.
needs to turn things around, he's your guy. I love the signing. Personally, he to me he's in his Ryan Fitzpatrick era where he already has his personality is well known and well liked. He's already carved out his reputation in the league where it's like you know what you're getting and you're
Mhm.
okay with what you're getting. And I'm a fan. Y'all could
Yeah,
never make me hate Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. Yeah.
Never.
So,
Never.
do you feel like being in the Giants puts him in the same situation as Geno Smith and
No.
no, okay.
No, because the Giants, because he's not the Giants. Like with Geno, the Seahawks were in a position where he was playing so well that
Hmm.
they couldn't afford to let him go, even though everybody in that organization and everybody around the league knew they didn't want Geno Smith.
Hmm. Hmm.
They were
But
just
but
stuck
Gino
with
Gino Gino was put in a great situation, man, because I think he signed for good money this offseason.
him, which is
If I'm
great,
not
which is
mistaken.
great for him, yeah. But for like as far as just remaining with the team and being able to do something with the Seahawks, it was like it was a situation where they felt he overstayed his welcome. That I don't have a better way to put it because realistically, this is the situation where the expectation for Gino was for him to suck so that they could get rid of him sooner, and he didn't suck, so they couldn't get rid of him.
Yeah, but now him going to the Raiders, I don't think it's gonna be
That's good.
like the same thing for him and the Raiders. But moving along, you mentioned Shador earlier. D d- I don't even know, man. Do I feel like Shedeur is gonna be top three draft, a top three draft pick, or it might fall down in being a top 10 or top five? I don't I don't think he's gonna be top three. Not for
Why?
lack of potential, but I think the draft pick, I mean the draft selection for like the first round is a little bit packed. And I think that there's not a lot of teams in need of a QB right now. And the team that will draft number one that is in need of a QB is gonna go for Cam Ward instead of him, in my opinion. And I think once they got Cam Ward, the second team is gonna grab his teammate. I have him in the notes.
Yeah, for Mr. Two
Travis
Way.
Hunter.
Yeah,
Huh?
Mr. Two Way. Mr. Two Way.
Mr. Two, yeah. But
Yeah.
talking about this guy, he has not been mentioned a lot recently.
And I like that
Why do you like that?
because it's one of those things where the reasons he was getting mentioned was because of his play. Now that he's not really playing, now that he took himself off social media and off the headlines of being on popular streamers platforms and just being in the public as much,
Hmm.
it's only gonna help him because now this is a time for concentration. You're building your career. You're you're this is if anything, this is where your legacy, this is where you start to prepare the building blocks for your legacy and really evaluating the moves you want to make moving, going forward. And I think the fact that the media is not talking about him yet is good right now. I haven't even realistically, I haven't even seen much talk about Shedeur, Cam Ward. We're at a nice little grace period right now. I feel like
Hmm.
where we're just allowing the thing to run its course. We're just allowing the teams to make their decisions. We're allowing the players to prepare, and it's a breath of fresh air, really. That is there's not like
So
a lot of talk happening.
another thing I wanted to ask you. Okay, before I do that, I just ran like a mock draft
Hmm.
scenario on ProFootballNetwork.com.
Hmm.
Cam Ward went first. Second, they got Abdul Carter, who was an edge, not even a QB. They got Giants draft in the mock thing. Okay, Giant drafted Armet Membu, who was an offensive tackle. They got Will Campbell going to the Patriots, another offensive tackle. We are the fourth now. Fifth will be Travis Hunter going to the Jaguars. Sixth will be Ashton Gentil, running back going to the Raiders. New York Jets defensive
Mm.
tackle
Oh, you said
Mason
do you
Graham.
say Jets or do you say Jets or Raiders so I could fix my face?
The running back will go to the Raiders. And then they got a defensive tackle going to the Jets at the seventh pick. The eighth pick, Will Johnson, cornerback. And finally, ninth pick will be Shedeur going to Colorado. And then the 10th will be Malachi Starks, a safety, going to the Chicago, the Bears. So they have him going nine on that one as a mock draft. Now, another thing I wanted to ask you, do you think him not participating in the uh the I forgot the name though. The thing they do for the Wookiees, like for the
The
college
combine,
player. Uh
the combine,
the combine. Do you think him not participating in the combine lowered his stock value?
probably, but
Yeah, I think
yeah,
so.
probably because it was it. NFL
But
owners.
Cam Ward did not participate neither. And it's still any simulation draft you have is still going first.
Yeah, that's simulation. That doesn't account for the feelings
Yeah.
of
Definitely.
the because
Definitely.
the simulation is not going to know that Cam Ward didn't participate in the NFL Combine.
Hmm.
But that's to say that it's ultimately going to come down to owner sentiments. I like the fact that he didn't participate in the Combine because realistically, if you're a Shador, if you're a Cam Ward, depending on the type of player you are,
Hmm.
more than ever, forget about back in the day. Now more than ever, when you
Hmm.
talk about the combine, I feel like it's more so to either prove a point to up your draft stock or to cement your draft stock. If you feel
Mm-hmm.
like you personally don't have to do those things because you've already talked to so many different teams, because these players are talking to the teams that are drafting them, then you wouldn't go. If you feel like you don't want to impress a team that you don't want to go to, you wouldn't go. If you feel like that, and we also live in a world too where narrative is king. So you going to this combine, and let's say he
Mm-hmm.
goes to the combine and he doesn't perform
Like
right,
as expected.
and he doesn't perform as expected. That's only gonna work to hurt him. And then now you get the media talking. Now the
Mm-hmm.
media is gonna put their 2 cents into it, and then they're gonna. Cause now the media is gonna influence. Um, they're gonna influence. Your the perception of you, and
Mm-hmm.
that could hurt you when it comes to being drafted. That could hurt him and actually have him get drafted lower than 10. There's also that chance.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm not mad at it. And at the end of the day, he's a Sanders. He's a Sanders.
Hold that thought for a moment, because there's something I want to discuss with you regarding comparison that I heard on the Gill podcast, but we'll talk about that last when we go into transition to basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So moving along a little bit, let's talk about Rodgers, my guy. He got passed on by the Vikings. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's between the Steelers and probably resign with the Jets.
The Jets.
And as unpredictable as my guy is, nobody knows. Nobody knows where he might go.
I think he retires. I think if nobody wants him, he takes it as a
Sorry.
sign, and he just decides like, hey,
I
he
don't
calls
think
it
I don't but I
calls
don't
it
think so
career.
though. I don't think it's time yet to retire for.
Really,
I think he has one at most 2 years, man.
maybe 2 years in the XFL.
I don't think we're just going to the XFL, bro. I doubt it. Watchers? Yo, he would rather die.
Maybe
I
two
don't
years.
think it's
Maybe
going.
2 years in another football league, but not the NFL. It's over.
I don't think it's going to any league. If he cannot play in the NFL, I think he's gonna retire. And I think even if it's to sell tickets, man, I think they're gonna get him. Because he has fans. This guy has a lot of fans.
He has a lot of fans, but that's not. He's got more at right now. It's not those fans that are going to get him a chance on a team right now. Not after the disaster. Like, let's really think about it. He signs to the Jets. They think they're going to get a resurgence, rightfully so, because this is after I'm pretty sure this was after his MVP season. So they're like, oh yeah, we know we're getting Rodgers. Everybody has the right to be excited. First game of the next season, he tears his Achilles. He's out for the rest of the.
Hmm.
He's out for a considerable amount of time. The Jets wet the bed. People are like, okay, it's fine. Rodgers is gonna come back from injury. He comes back from injury, a devastating injury, mind you,
Hmm.
way earlier than expected for his age. Still doesn't really perform all too well. Then complains about the team's offensive coordinator and the team's schemes. The teams fire and hire another person for him. It still doesn't work. Then he's in Zoom meetings with Devontae Adams, who also wants to quit on his team, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, the boys are back together. They're gonna reunite. They're gonna run it back." They run it back, and you don't hear a word of Devontae Adams because he wets the bed too.
I think that was a
So much
mistake bringing
so.
over Devontae Adams because, in my opinion, as somebody that plays sport and as a young somebody that was young players dealing with veterans, I feel like once you bring Devontae Adams, you're telling your guys, like your players, Wilson, that you're not him, you're not that target. Meanwhile, Wilson has been hyped by the media as this great wide receiver, which he is. He can catch the ball, he can run the routes, he has potential. But when you go out of your way to bring Devontae Adams just because Aaron Rodgers said so, you're sending the message out there that the right receivers that you have are not enough. And you try to build the the Green Bay that went to a Super Bowl when you got Randall Cobb, which a washed Randall Cobb's might I add. You have you bring back Adams. They had another guy. I'm missing his name, but he was in the Packers too. So it's like you tailor made, you're tailor making this team for Aaron Rodgers, and it's not the same Aaron Rodgers. He is older, slower, still good QB, but the reflexes, like Father Time, except in the LeBron James case, Father Time is undefeated. You know, it's like
Mm,
infinity to one. And
I don't
even
see a
LeBron, sometimes you
scenario.
see Father Time. You see
So I have
Father
to
Time's
ask you.
effect.
I gotta
Huh?
ask you. I gotta ask you. Where do you see, like, realistically? Because this is your guy. This is your guy. My guy already got to a team. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta talk about my guy.
Your
My
guy
guy.
your guy got to your city.
My
And
guy. My
I might
guy.
see your guy play because the Niners are playing the Giants at home. We should go to the game together, man.
My
We should
guy.
plan it.
My guy. My guy already got to a team. You know,
We
love my
should
guy.
we should plan it. We
Love,
should plan it to go together. But
love my guy.
it will come. Once we know the date and stuff, we'll plan it.
Your guy. Where do you see your guy actually going?
Bro, at this
Realistic.
point, man, at this point, I hope he goes to Pittsburgh. I really hope he goes there. I don't see it. It's like it's clear, but I hope he goes there. I hope he goes there. Even if it's coming off the bench, it's gonna be a good fit for him. He might get another ring too. You don't know.
Will his ego allow him? No, because you already know the media are going to talk about, Aaron Rodgers, the diva, Aaron Rodgers, the drama following Rodgers. So will his ego allow him to come off the bench for another QB?
Bro, he has to. At this point, yo, af- uh, Oli, dead ass. If the Jets had a better QB on the bench, he would have been benched at the end of last season. He would have. But the issue is, once you got the name Aaron Rodgers on your roster, you don't feel like you need another QB. In Pittsburgh, they had two good QBs last season, and I feel like the coach went with the wrong QB when they got eliminated. That was a Justin Fields game.
Mm. Well, what do you think is going to happen then? You think he's if what would you tell a fan of? I can't even say that because you are a fan of Rodgers. So it's like,
Like, what will I say?
what do
What
you?
will I say to somebody that like Rodgers as much as me? Like
Yeah,
for
like,
him, with all all
what
his
do you
antics.
freaking see? What do you see at this point in his career? What do you see?
Honestly, bro, I don't see retirement right now. I don't see it. I think he's gonna force his way into one team. I think somebody's gonna give him a chance. But do I see which teams? Do I know for sure who? I don't. But I think he's gonna get a chance.
I feel like the Raiders might be dumb enough.
One of those teams, man. One of those teams that are throwing money away and are not winning.
The Cowboys.
Yo, I will,
Aaron Rodgers will be a Dallas Cowboy. You heard
bro.
it here. You heard it here first, people. Do I
You
have?
know what's crazy? You know why I'm not even saying nothing? They got rid of Cooper Cup. And Trey Lance that they got from my Niners is not, like everybody's saying like, oh my God, yo, we wasted a number one draft pick on Trey Lance because I don't think give it a couple of years, I don't think Trey Lance will be in this league still. So he might actually be a Cowboy. He might be a Cowboy,
Y'all heard it here
and
first.
yo,
Y'all
I
heard it
won't
here
be
first.
able to vote for him.
Nope.
I
Oh,
won't be
that's gonna
able
be
to.
beautiful. That's gonna be a Dallas, Aaron Rodgers fan must now root for America's team.
No,
Um,
that's not happening, bro. That's not
America's
happening.
team, the
There
Dallas
was
Cowboys.
only one player ever that made me root for the enemy, and that will never happen again. His name was Ronaldinho Gaucho, and nobody else can make that happen. Even if LeBron James goes to the Boston Celtics, I'm not gonna root for LeBron that season. That's when I'm gonna jump to my next favorite player.
Hmm,
It's not
hmm,
gonna happen.
hmm.
But moving along, man. To close the football, and then last topic before I do the comparison thing, and then we can close the football chapter. Ricky Pershaw is using the number one that Zebo Samuels was using last year. Niners fans are feeling like he's sending a message to Zebo saying, "Now I'm gonna take over the wide receiver one mantle, and I'm gonna do better than you ever did." Me personally, I don't think so. He was number one in college. I feel like he's just going to his own number. Does he have the potential to be a good wide receiver one? Yes. That's a kid that got shot in the chest, took a couple games off, and came back and put better number than it was him and Juwan Jennings that carried us. Although we did not win a lot of games because of injury and all that, but they were putting numbers. And if Brendan Ayuk can become a little bit healthy in the third than what he used to be, I'm not worried about my offense. Losing Zebo Samuel, I don't care. We signed Kyle Juszczyk back, which is great for the locker room.
Mhm.
Um, we still have George Kittle. McAfee is coming back from his surgery. I don't know at what level he's gonna be, but the kid Gwedenko, I don't know the running back, the RB2 is
Mhm.
solid enough to play ball. If McAfee, if they can like alternate the plays, give McAfee a few, give him a few, I think our offense will be okay. Because I believe this is the last year of my coach to prove something, and he's an offensive genius. And we got Salah back as a defensive coordinator. He's a defensive genius. So we'll see how that goes. I'm looking at the signings. I'm looking at who they're gonna draft. Still feel a little bit down that we lost Greenlaw. Still feel a little bit down that the player we sign are not elite. But then again, at some point we did not know all of those players that became great. We did not know who they were. And we got Chase Young, man, that the Saints thought was wash. He came to the Niners playing that Super Bowl, although he didn't even play at a high level. Now he's getting contracts, man. He's getting his money. So with Salah, I believe that they can put players in a position to win and show their potential. So I'm not saying we are a Super Bowl caliber team yet until I see us play, but I'm not as down that I was before when they blew up the team.
So, what is the expectation for next year? If we're not saying,
I believe we
if
are
we're
a
not
playoff
saying
team.
Super Bowl, okay,
We can get to the playoff. I believe
best
we
in
are a
your
playoff
division.
team. I don't think top in my division. I have the Seahawks. I have the Cowboys. I cannot call that yet. I cannot call that yet.
Okay, all right,
But I believe we will be a playoff team.
okay, okay, solid.
Now to transition to basketball, we're gonna have a little bit of a comparison here. So I was listening to the girl, not even listening to the podcast. I was scrolling down social media, and something caught my attention. There was this girl on the podcast, well, this woman on the podcast called Lexi Brown. She said something. She said that when you look at Deion Sanders and Deion Sanders and Shedeur and LeBron and Bronny, people praise Deion for putting his kid in a position to win and like praising his kid, saying all the good things about his kid. Meanwhile, they shit on LeBron for doing the same thing. Now, I'm paraphrasing. Is she didn't use those words. I'm speaking from my understanding because I don't remember word for word what she said, and I don't want to play the clip. But in a sense, that's what I understood. And looking at the media, I feel like she has a point. I feel like nobody ever said that Zion is doing too much with Shador. Mind you, this is a guy that studied coaching his kid as soon as he retired. He was on a hospital bed losing toes, and he was on a wheelchair coaching his kid. He even said that his kid came to him on the bed and told him, Dad, I need you to win. And he went and was there for his kid. Great father, bro. Great father-son relationship. Great story. Like TV worthy, movie worthy, like the whole script. This is wonderful. This is nice to see a black man being there for his kids and putting his kid in a position to win. Now, why on the other hand, when the other guy does that for his son, we get a black man on TV saying, please stop, literally kind of showing that this guy is a bad father. And when this guy gets pressed by that father, he goes on a press one playing the victim. And when the kid actually get playtime in the NBA, it puts good numbers, decent numbers, to shows that he actually belongs. You don't hear talk. At least this guy was decent enough to not apologize, but say that try to play it like he always say the kid had that talent. But all the other people that were talking shit, you don't hear them say nothing. Why?
Well, there's a lot to unpack. I feel they were Dion did get a lot of criticism for the combine thing because they said he had a role to play in not allowing his son to participate in the combine is because he didn't push back on the decision because he was also a person who didn't fully participate in the combine for some teams. So they were like, oh well, your son is as arrogant as you were, and all this other stuff. Um, just to add on to the father is disrespected by the media, the black father is disrespected by the media. LeVar Ball is another name that comes to mind because he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
another one.
yeah. He was yo.
He was another
People
one.
call him all type of names.
Yeah, but what they can't say he was a bad father because he manifested. He manifested the success of his kids from the very beginnings, from
And
when they were
and
kids.
and the
And
apology has not been as loud as the
as loud
disrespect.
as disrespect, never, and it probably never will be because it's already happened. The LeBron
Because
thing is interesting because it just goes back to the reason why I stopped watching certain media. Like it's why I stopped watching First Take. It's why I stopped caring or paying attention to what Stephen A. Smith has to say about anything regarding the topic of basketball. Because every time you turn on that show, they just snitch on themselves and show you how little they
hmm
watch.
hmm
They just
hmm
show you how little basketball they actually watch. Because
hmm
uh, I was having this conversation a few days ago about Bronny when he had the 17-point game on great efficiency. He had 17 points on 7
hmm
for 10, and he was getting
he
comfortable.
had boards, he had
He
assists,
had
and
assists. He
he had he was the highest scorer with Dalton Connect. Like the two rookies were the highest scorer
Yeah,
for that game. And they were not playing a trash team. They lost the game. They were playing the Bucks. Bronny put the defensive player of the year on skates on
yeah.
a play. He did not score, but he put him on skates. Like
He was
Giannis did not
fouled.
know where to go.
He was fouled.
He
But
was
I
fouled.
think
They did not call the foul, but but yeah,
my
keep going.
my biggest thing takeaway from that is like there's because I said this before Bronny was drafted. I said this when he was when we were talking about him at the combine. I told you this. I was like, he is an NBA player. He has the tools to be an NBA player. The scouts are right when they say that his biggest issue is that he is passive sometimes. And I'm like, that's who Bronny is as a player. He's just passive. And right now, there's no better time right now to be passive because you have to understand he was recovering from his heart stopping.
hmm
So
hmm
what does we ask yourself, what does that look like? That looks like regaining your confidence on the basketball court. That looks like basically teaching yourself how to do what you used to be able to do. And because you're still a young player, learning what you can do.
hmm
Like the highlight of him catching that dunk in the G League comes to mind where he surprised himself. Like, yeah, now you're starting to grow into yourself as a player, and every time you're put in these positions where you have to grow, where you have to learn
There's
as a
still
player,
no, I
he's
was
just
gonna say there's still a mental part of it where you're scared of that might happen again too. So all of that comes into play. But yeah.
yeah. So it's like and even that even goes back to because I wasn't the biggest supporter of him doing the G League and then going just to sit on the bench for the Lakers. I understood it. I just wanted him to get more reps as possible in the G League. So I can say that um I can say that this experiment of him going back and forth, um, on the G League two-way contract is working for him. It's not revolutionary. He's not the first player to do this. There was just
No.
some skepticism on my part on whether or not this would be the right thing for him to do. And here we
Why
are
why
seeing.
why were you skeptical about it?
Oh, just because in the the episode where we talked about it, I was talking about how well would he get the opportunity in the G League? Really, would he? How would the players on that G League roster treat him? Because Dalton Collect already wasn't passing him the ball. So you go to a place like the G League where you're going up against not only the guys on the opposing team in the G League who have something to prove against you because of your name. You also got to go against your teammates because everybody on that team is fighting for the same thing you're fighting for,
Hmm.
a contract.
Yeah, for sure.
And what better
For
way to
sure.
prove that you deserve a roster spot than to outplay the person that they sent down? So there's that aspect of the G League in it too, and it's good to see him, learning and thriving and in gaining the experience day by day. Because I've always said he was an NBA player. I've defended Bronny like never before. Because there's no way
Yeah,
you
you
could
did.
watch Bronny. There's no way you could watch Bronny in his AAU days, in I don't want to say college because we didn't get to see enough of him in college, but I was sold on him as a player. Like I was like, this is an NBA player when he went to the draft combine because of how he was moving. Obviously, his physicals. That's a player who didn't skip the combine. He went to the
Hmm.
combine, and it benefited him because they saw that potential aside, this kid has the building blocks to be an NBA player. You can feel safe about drafting him at 55, at 56, at 57, and you won't lose sleep.
Hmm.
You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's
So
like
again,
with him and the Shedeur thing, it's Deion is also more celebrated in football. He's also more celebrated for his personality in the sport that he's in. You know what I'm saying? He got more kids than Shedeur, and they already did the whole camera thing. They already did the whole, oh, my kids talk and look just like me. They're different versions of me. The media has had more moments to be in love with his family than they've had to be in love with LeBron's family, only because
another
LeBron.
thing though, when we think about the when we think about Dion's family, Shiloh, isn't Shiloh supposed to be part of that draft class or not?
I'm pretty sure he is supposed to be a part of that draft class, but he's not as I don't know if he's gonna stay for a year, if he's going directly with his brother. I haven't heard too much talk about
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was gonna say. I haven't heard anything about
I haven't
Shiloh.
heard too
It's
much talk
it's
about
mostly
that. But
Dion,
and
Shedeur.
out of all the brothers, I do know the biggest concern they have with him is that even though he might have the quote unquote physical gifts at his position,
Hmm.
it's like the technical side of it, the mental IQ aspect side of his position that teams are kind of wary of. And they're kind of like, we might not draft this kid because even though he's got the tools and the gifts, you know, same
Hmm.
thing with Shedeur, honestly, where it's like you look across the board, you're like, do teams have a need for a player at this position, and can they take a chance on a rookie at this position? Is it really worth it? And do we trust in this kid's ability? The answer for Shiloh, more than Shador right now, is leaning towards no than it is towards yes. So I don't know if he.
I think they painted Shiloh a little bit as immature too.
Yeah, they definitely did. Just because he's the more outgoing Dion personality.
But I don't think I mean we'll see how that goes. I think he's a solid player at his position. He proved it in college with the interceptions. I think the NFL fears another Johnny Manziel type of situation with him.
Ah,
But
they'll
that yeah,
see.
I was gonna say I don't think that's gonna happen because
If you know about Johnny Manziel, Shiloh is nowhere near.
this guy, I ended up watching him talking the other day in an interview where he was saying, yeah, he really fucked up. He did not. But I actually like this guy, man. I thought he had so much potential
He
to
did.
be great. And
I don't think people understand the talent of John. Like
yeah, yeah.
for you to not for in my when I think about him, like imagine if he was 100% focused.
Bro, I remember that Madden came out. You know, Madden comes a little bit early before the season starts.
Yeah,
The first trade I did was to put Johnny Manziel in the Niners. And it was a time where we had Cap, my other favorite QB. But I put Johnny Manziel, man, because I really thought this guy. There's two QB in history that disappointed me, and it hurts. It's Johnny Manziel, and the other is Tim Tebow.
oh, Tim Tebow. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Tim Tebow. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. For me, it's Teddy Bridgewater. Not because he disappointed me, but because I
You
might
had
have been
hopes.
I had hopes. I had you. I
Yeah, yeah.
might
I
have been
say
delusional.
I forgot him, but yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
might have been delusional with those hopes, but Teddy Bridgewater was the truth to me, man.
He
He
was,
was
he was, he
cold.
was. But yeah, man, moving along. Jabari Parker. He said that a lot of people tend to say his career ended it was tragic or ended in tragedy, like for the expectations that everybody had. But it doesn't feel like it did. How do you feel about that? I mean,
I'm glad to see
did
that he's taken a grateful approach to his basketball career. Prior to
did you
that,
have a lot of hopes?
had Jabari. He was getting Bron comparisons.
Hmm.
He was mobile. He had a nice shooting touch. He
Hmm.
was very explosive when he was playing with the Bucks and everything like that. So I had. How could you not have hopes watching Jabari Parker play?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
And did he go above your expectations? For me, no.
for me, no, because he was robbed. His injuries robbed him ultimately.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
for him to say that he's not a failure. Oh, ultimately he's not a failure. I'm glad he thinks that way because that's how you should think. Because at the end of the
Definitely.
day,
Because injury happened and injury are part of the game. And I don't think that it's for lack of talent. It's
nope,
just
it's not for
it's
lack of
just
talent.
luck, man. It's just luck.
Exactly,
Because
exactly.
that 10% of luck or 5%, regardless, that amount of luck percentage that you need to be successful in life, when you don't have it, shit, bro.
But like he's because I'm glad he said it. He said it this way too because objectively, given where he was, um, where potentially he could have gone in his career, like had he stayed in the NBA, had he not gotten injured, you think about the kind of player he is. At worst, this might be a take.
Hmm.
At worst, if he doesn't get injured, at worst he's Tobias Harris. At his best,
Mm,
he's either Tobias Harris or he's I don't want to say Jalen Suggs because his defense was
yeah,
never like
yeah.
that. So I
I
don't
think
want to say
Tobias is a good
Tobias Harris.
comparison. I think
He's
Tobias, yeah,
Yeah,
Tobias.
at worst he's a Tobias Harris if he's not injured and he stays in the league. At his best, we don't know what his best is, but we do know he had I don't want to say superstar potential, but we do know he had all-star potential.
Yeah, they were
So
like the potential was there,
it was
but
there.
Fort Minor put it best, bro. 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, and 50% pain. So if you don't have that 10% luck, bro,
You're
you're
done.
done for.
This is a person who is looking at the bigger picture. I'm getting rich playing the game that I love, and I'm still providing for my family.
He's
There's a
still
lot of
playing.
players playing in the Euro League right now who
Mhm.
they might be playing the game that they love for money, but it's not enough money to support their family. He is.
I don't know at what level he's playing, like what is averaging over there, because I don't watch the EuroLeague as much as you. Well, I don't watch the
He's
EuroLeague at all.
He's right now. He's not like a. He's
Is he
not
a
a star
star there
player.
at least?
No, he's not a star player. We're not talking like a
Is it
star
like a
player.
solid wall
Serviceable.
player?
Yeah, very serviceable player for. I don't think he's playing for Barcelona right now. I think they had a game against Barcelona today.
Yeah, I think he actually played for Barcelona, isn't that?
I don't know if he's playing for Barcelona or if he's playing for the other because Barcelona played Zaragoza today. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he's playing for
No, he
Zaragoza.
plays for Barcelona.
Okay, and
He plays for Barcelona.
that's on me. Yeah, I didn't catch the game, but yeah, you're playing for when you play for teams like Barcelona, Real
I think
Madrid.
that's high level Spanish league.
Yeah, the Euro League is like encompasses like they don't do it like La Liga and them where they split the teams between Spanish this and this. Not allow them
Hmm.
to. So you have a lot of crossover between the teams.
Oh, okay.
So like he's playing for Barcelona. You're still in a pretty good facility because Barcelona is one of those franchises in all of their sports. They really invest into their clubs, basketball included.
Hmm.
So his quality of life is not that much different compared to what it would have been in the NBA. Not drastically, because it would be different, but it's not as negative. So he is still living pretty good. You still have chances for opportunity there. Like the doors
Hmm.
that he would have had in the league, even though they're a little more tight, they're still
Yeah.
there for him. And
Okay.
for him to say that he doesn't feel like a failure, yeah, you're not a failure because you're still providing for your family. But like that's why I don't
Wow.
even like saying the word failure. It's just what could have been,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like the tragedy isn't where you're at now. That's not the tragedy, but the tragedy is what could have been because you still got to respect players who still end up making a career for themselves like that after
So
getting.
that always come back to this comparison, like money, providing for your family, or championships and personal success. Like, I mean, leaving your name imprinted in the sport.
Mhm.
So some guys choose the money, some guys choose this. So it depends, man. It depends. But I think in his case, it wasn't a personal choice for real. It's just that 10% luck, man, that injury
Yeah.
thing. So I think that's what happened.
And he's making the absolute best of it. So and you got to respect it.
For sure, for sure.
And yeah, that's good for his headspace because he was crying the first time he went to the EuroLeague. A clip of him crying went viral, like him just it hit him that he had just played however many games overseas now, and this was his career. It hit him, and he started crying on the
Hmm.
podium. So it was
Hmm.
like this for me. This is good to hear because it lets me know that this is somebody who's in a better headspace now. Now he could
Okay.
play basketball. He could enjoy basketball, and yeah, he could enjoy basketball again. And that's the biggest thing you need to be doing when you're overseas because the overseas thing, it's cool. It's cool. It's fun. But if you're from the States, it's hard
Hmm.
because
Interesting.
because it's different. You're every day it's
Really?
culture shock.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not like here because here in the States, you got to understand when you're somebody like a Jabari Parker or a kid like that's highly touted. Every day it's like AAU, it's basketball camps, it's tournaments,
Hmm.
it's it's your
Like you
there's
live
no
and breathe basketball.
there's no culture shock there.
Hmm.
People know of you, and if they don't know of you, they're gonna find out. Over
Hmm.
here,
Hmm.
like overseas, they're not getting the best version of you overseas. Typically,
Hmm.
most of the time, they they're not accommodating to you like you're a star player or like you're a known quantity all the time. More often than not, you're the person who's gonna have to make a change within yourself to adjust to the culture. And that's with the coaching staff, that's with your teammates, that's with the city that you're playing in, that's with the lifestyle that you're going to be living from now on. That's with everything. And there's a lot of players from the States who struggle to make that transition overseas. It happens because it's
Hmm.
not like every team overseas is good either. So it's like a trash team overseas is worse than a trash team in the NBA. if you're an American player.
I see. I see. So, MVP race, who you got? Shea or the Joker?
I have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander only
Why?
because I have to stay fair to the standard that we established
For MVP?
for these discussions for MVP.
Okay.
My heart.
Quick. Oh, hold on. Quick question. A lot of people in the media are saying Shea is not as, for lack of a better word, talented or whatever as we think because all he does is get fouled and go to the line, like go to a mid-range, fake a pump shot, and then bump to the defender and go to the line. Me personally, I don't think so. But just in like what you are gonna say to argument your choice of Shea, can you please like counter argument those people?
Oh yeah. They don't watch basketball. That's all I have to say. that's all I have to say. They don't know ball. They don't know ball. That's all I have to say to that. And I hate watching Shea get 15. I hate watching Shea get 10 plus free throws a night. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you the kid doesn't have skill or he's not as skilled as.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't know basketball. They don't watch basketball. They don't. No, they don't know what they're talking about. I don't entertain those people.
Well, it's the media, bro. It's the same
Exactly.
media. It's the same
I,
fucking media
I,
that has been having all those takes about LeBron and all of them, man. It's the same
I
fucking
stopped
media,
watching them.
bro.
I stopped watching them years ago. For
That's
this
that's
exact
what
reason.
that's why we have, bro.
They
Like
don't
a
watch.
kid
They don't know ball.
coming, a kid that needs to know now who they should side on is gonna tell you straight up, like, well, I think Shea plays ball because that's the narrative they pushing out there, man.
I'm gonna look at that kid and I'm gonna go unplug your TV, cut off your Wi-Fi. Like
Yeah,
because what? No,
yeah.
the only reason Jokic is in the race because Jokic every single time Jokic has been in MVP conversations, he's having one of the best
Always,
seasons we've ever seen.
always,
So
always.
that's why I'm like
If he
I
wins,
can't.
that's gonna be his third, right?
Yeah, but the reason I'm like I can't go against Shea is because let's let's be honest, the Denver Nuggets aren't doing as good this
As
season as the Thunder.
OKC.
And we
Yeah.
reward this award for years now. This award has always rewarded winning
Mm-hmm.
until Russell Westbrook when he was given the MVP when the Thunder were a 6 seed. And that's because he was averaging a triple double and
Mm-hmm.
doing something we had never seen before. So there's no way he wasn't going to get that MVP. So I say
Is
this to
Jokic
say
averaging? He's not averaging a triple double right
he's
now,
not
though.
averaging a triple double, but I'm pretty sure he's close to. But it's not like directly a triple double.
Yeah.
It's just the level of play. It's just the level of play that we're seeing from Jokic is just I can't put it into
Bro,
words. I can't really put it into words.
nobody can. For a guy that I don't think Jokic cares about basketball that much, but man, is he good at it? He's
To
great
me,
at it.
he's already one of the greatest European players of all time, if
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
great. Like I
Yeah.
have him above Dirk.
You have him above Dirk?
I have him above Dirk.
That's a take.
That's a take. Yeah,
That's a
y'all could
take.
fight me. I have him above Dirk. He's better than Dirk. All time, all,
I might actually, I'm inclining to agree with you, man.
all time European players to come out of the continent of Europe. He's better than Dirk.
I'm inclining to agree with you.
He's better than
This
Dirk.
guy is just
He's better than Dirk.
incredible.
Who else you got? He's better than Gasol. He's better than he's better than them. He's just better than them.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I might
don't know.
incline to agree with you, man.
It's just at his size, like you look at him, he's not crazy athletic. But he's strong.
Not athletic at
He's
all,
got
bro.
elite footwork, elite passing vision. He could shoot. He has amazing touch around the basket. He fundamentally, it's like I don't even have a player comparison for him. There's players that when I watch him play, I'm like, okay, like Jokic is proof that this style of play mixed with the European style of play can be successful.
Hmm.
and I'm gonna throw this name out there. This is another hot take. He plays like he's Zach Randolph on steroids.
Mm,
If you take Zach Randolph's
mm,
game, you add a little European spice to it, you get Jokic.
mm.
Yeah, elite.
I I I
Yeah,
cannot really say anything about that. I've not followed Zach Randolph's game as much as I should have.
oh my
But
goodness,
from the
he's getting
little bit
rocked.
that I followed, I
A
can see
walking double
where,
double. A
yeah,
walking
I
double
see where you're
double.
coming from. I see where
Not
you're coming
crazy athletic, amazing touch around the basket, very
from.
physical, very, very physical. Jokic is very physical in the post. He's very
Hmm.
physical in the post.
Hmm.
Jokic is a better shooter than Zach because he could extend his range, and
Yeah, yeah.
I'll give you that. The passing vision is exclusive to Jokic and not Zach Randolph, but
Not Zach,
like
yeah.
the
Yeah.
paint stuff and the way they just their build and the way that they move, I'm like, yeah, it's either that or it's like if I take Zach Randolph's game and I mix it with Boris Diaw and I crank it up to like to 20, then I get a Nikola Jokic.
Nikola Jokic. Yeah.
Yeah, my player comparisons are crazy, but I've seen a lot of basketball. Boris
But
Diaw,
you're riding with Shades this year though.
yeah, I have
Just
to
for the sole purpose that the Thunders have a better record.
because he's
Um,
impacting winning. And I can argue that if you take Shea off that Thunder team, this
no,
might be another
they're not
crazy
gonna be
take.
as they're not gonna be as successful.
I don't believe Jalen Williams is good, but I don't believe Jalen Williams is that good to carry a team
No,
on his back.
not in Shea, not at Shea's level. I
To
don't think
me,
I think they need a Shea.
J Dub is in a position where he's like a CJ McCollum, but he's actually getting rewarded for his play. I'm not saying CJ McCollum is better. J Dub in my eyes, he's clearly better than CJ McCollum. Yes, but I'm talking about like status wise and like his perception to like my perception of him, like how he looks to me. He's like a CJ McCollum, where he's a great running mate. He's a great Robin to your Batman, but he's not going to necessarily be able to carry a team if you
It's
get
not
hurt.
Batman yet.
No, that's
Maybe
so.
might in the future, but as of right now, it's not. I
Yeah,
don't think so. I think it
his
needs
ceiling
Shea.
is high. His ceiling is high. He might be that in the future, but as of right now, no. And that's another reason why I got to give Shea the MVP because it's like this is a great team.
Hmm.
This is a great team, but it's not a great
It's
team
a great
outside of
team built around Shea.
yeah. It's not
They
a
took
great
their
team
time to
outside of
build
Shea.
that team.
Yeah, it's not a
They
great
took
team
their time to
outside
build
of
from.
Shea. It's a
Yep.
great team, and then you add Shea to it, and that's what makes it. That's what makes it that team. And
Hmm.
so to me, that screams MVP. I'm not gonna if Jokic if you they could call it voter fatigue because that's another narrative I've been seeing around that the reason Jokic isn't gonna get the MVP is because of voter fatigue. It's not because of voter fatigue. It's
No, I think
because
Shea deserved it.
we have specific guidelines for what an MVP in this league looks like. And it doesn't matter if you have a crazy season,
Hmm.
if your team is struggling to win games and your team is it does like if your team is a low playoff team and the only player I see not winning MVP and I saw this take people are saying Jason Tatum should be in the MVP race because he's quietly having a good season in the Boston Celtics or the Boston Celtics. But that team
Hmm.
is built so well and the team can operate so well without him
Without Tatum, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
it hurts his MVP case.
Mm.
So that's the one example I could give somebody if they were like, well, having a better record doesn't mean you're an MVP winner. I was like, in the Boston Celtics case, it's true. I could
Hmm.
argue they don't
Hmm.
have an MVP candidate because that's how well built that team is. And
Hmm. Hmm.
if you're Mark Cuban, for example, that's your goal.
Yeah, build a team that can
Build a
win without a
solid team.
solid team. Yeah,
Solid
yeah.
team that has little to no weaknesses. That's your goal. But it is what it is. Shay's the MVP. We can all if anything, if he wins MVP, I want to see next season because I feel like when you win your first MVP, that's not it's the next one. You have to prove yourself the next year.
Mhm.
Not win again, like not win MVP again, but dominate again because you might not win MVP again. But now you got to be like, no, this is why I won MVP. This is
Mhm.
why I deserved MVP that season.
I agree. I agree with you. And talking about the Celtics, they got sold this week for 6.1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody had 6.1 million and
Yeah,
decided to invest it in the Celtics.
yeah. The person who
Oh,
bought them was a owner of some the co-owner of Symphony Technology called Chris. I'm gonna butcher his last name. I know
those
I am.
those
Bill.
last names are never easy to say,
Man, miss, let me. Bill Chisholm,
bro.
bro.
Eh,
I
eh, eh,
tried. Hey,
If you got
Bill.
$6.1 billion to throw on a team, you definitely don't have an easy last name.
But check this out though. He's a long time Boston Celtics fan. So
That's good for him,
this
man.
is a Mark Cuban situation where you're getting somebody who's hopefully
Who's a
passionate
twin?
about the team, hopefully
Mm-hmm.
passionate about the city, and this could set Boston up to be more successful as a
More
franchise in the
successful.
future.
Yep.
When you want to think about the
And
stuff Mark Cuban did for not only the league but for the franchise
for the
itself,
Mavs, yeah.
yeah, like think about like innovations to the arena.
All that, getting
Um,
ticket holder, season holder back, like it was always packed, and
yeah,
he was riding with the team, better locker
sponsors
room, sponsors, better locker
stuff
room,
like that. Yeah, this could
mental, all that, yeah. Hmm.
yeah this could potentially this only looks good for the Celtics. The Celtics, the rich get richer. This is what
Yeah,
this looks like.
definitely.
Yeah,
Well,
the rich
guys,
get richer.
pray for me so I get enough money to buy the Niners.
Yeah, pray for me and pray for the Miami Heat. Pray for the Miami Heat.
Yeah, pray for Holly so he
Speaking
can buy the hit and then get Pat Riley
yeah.
out of here.
Ah man, if I buy the Heat, people are. Let me not say what I'm finna. Let me not.
Well, talking about your hit, I think they might break their losing streak. They are winning right now by 10 points. But as you
We're gonna
said, it's
we're
always
gonna
closing
blow the
games
lead.
for them.
I'm wearing the attire as always whenever we play. I'm wearing the attire, but
It's the closing games that's the issue there.
yeah, we're gonna blow the lead in the fourth quarter somehow. We're gonna lose in spectacular. Like we were playing against the Pistons, a team that I've been like very high on, like, and I'm so happy that the Pistons are doing. Y'all don't understand how happy I am because when you get your basketball knowledge questioned time and time again, and you look at a team nobody's paying attention to, and you're right,
Yo,
yo,
that I told you
I,
so feels better.
it feels so good because it's like, no, I know what I'm talking about. I watch
Yeah,
ball.
I watch ball. I know ball.
I
I
know
play
ball.
ball.
I know ball. I live and
That was
breathe ball. I have
yeah.
I have forgotten more ball than a lot of you people.
That was
I know
me. That
ball.
was me with the Celtics when last year when I was telling them, yeah, they got this season, and they were like, eh. I'm like, bro, y'all got the piece y'all needed.
But it did hurt to see Cade Cunningham sink a game 1 and 3 against my team, though. That did hurt.
Yeah, yeah,
That
man.
did hurt. We I don't know. And this is our worst record. Like this is our worst season since 2008 as a
Ooh.
team. So,
Mm-mm.
I was right again when I said, this team is not good. Pat Riley, this is on you. It's not Jimmy's fault. And we play Jimmy. We play Jimmy. So and Jimmy said this is just going to be another game. He has no hard feelings. He feels nothing, and I'm like, rightfully so, because we didn't win. We they Pat Riley's mental instability drove him out. He didn't want to be there. It is what it is. I don't have to rehash the thing about the
The
breakup.
pass, yeah.
The past,
But
the
they're
past,
winning by 15 right now, so and it's
and
against
we will
Charlotte.
blow that lead. We will blow that lead in the fourth quarter. I can't stress this enough. I have no hope. We've blown a 20-point lead. We've blown a 17-point lead. We've blown a 10-point lead. What a type of team to blow a 10-point lead and lose by one. I have little faith. I have little
Yeah.
faith. I'm
I
over here
mean,
thinking about the days when we had Justice Winslow and Goran Dragic and those are the glory days to me now. Not even the Jimmy days no more because
you got a lot of player out, bro.
yeah, I know at least we have a good rookie in Ware. That's the only thing
Yeah, he's
we
balling.
have.
He's nearing. He has 10 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists.
He's had an amazing season. Like,
Yeah,
but for
he's doing good.
I'm so happy that Spoelstra got his head up
Ooh, Tyler
saying
Hero almost turned the ball over. He
He
just
he
slipped
he
into.
struggled again in the Houston game. He was embarrassing. Amen Thompson locked him up. It was bad. So I already told you how I feel about all these players.
That's
Personally,
interesting. I just realized Wiggins got Jimmy's old number. That's interesting.
that was his old number. So it wasn't even
Yeah, that's his old
a
number. Yeah.
controversy. But 22 will forever belong to Jimmy Butler. Heat fans, I'm sorry. It's not Wiggins' number.
Six is always gonna be Braun. Three always the weight.
Y'all see it. Y'all see
And
it. Two
one is
two.
always gonna be CB, Chris
Two
Bosh.
two. 2-2 will over. I felt the same way when we got Kyle Lowry. Number 7 is not his number. Number 7 is Goran Dragic's number. I don't care.
That's where's the number now.
Nah, Goran Dragic.
But anyway,
Anyway,
man, let's switch to soccer.
before I start
Soccer.
crying.
A lot happened this week. There's like the international break and the European they are playing a cup. So it's the you hold on, I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, France.
Did Brazil play it?
Brazil played against Colombia,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, they are playing Argentina in I think Tuesday. So they are playing the Nations League, the Europeans, and I'm gonna give you the results. Nations, there
How do
it
you feel
is.
about Vinny Jr.'s play?
I'm gonna
Being
get
able to
into
catch
that.
anything.
Let me cover the result and then I'll tell you.
Y'all remember, viewers of the podcast, y'all remember Marvin's almost lost his shit looking at the
Mm-hmm.
roster, the potential roster.
Mm-hmm. But
So
I'll
much
tell
so
you.
that he felt compelled to make his own.
And
So
yeah, a lot of my players made it to their roster, but we'll see. Georgia won against Armenia 6-1. Slovenia won against Slovakia 1-0, and they are moving to the next leg. Kosovo beat Iceland, moving to the next leg. Ireland beat Bulgaria, they are moving to the next leg. Serbia beat Austria and they are moving to the next leg. Greece beat Scotland, moving to the next leg. Turkey beat Hungary and moving to the next leg. Belgium beat Ukraine and moving to the next leg. Germany beat Italy and they are moving to the next leg. Portugal beat Denmark and moving to the next leg. I have something to say about this Portugal team. But Spain beat Netherlands and moving to the next leg. I feel bad for your dad, man. Um,
fine. He's doing fine. It's not the World Cup or nothing. He's not tripping.
France beat Croatia and moving to the next leg. Got something to say about that too. So the semifinals are gonna be Germany against Portugal, Spain versus France, and they are waiting to announce more team. But France, the first leg, Mbappe did not play well. So Croatia beat them. So they had to really play, they had to win 2-0 today to
Mm-hmm.
go to penalties, to go to extra time
Mm-hmm.
and penalties. That's how they get the qualifier. Today, Mbappe was exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
He played very, very well today, but the first leg he did not play too well. He was practically inexistent on the first leg, but the second leg today he played as he's the captain of the team, so he carried the team. He did not he scored a penalty and the shootout, but he was part of the actions that brought the two goals. Brazil, you were asking me how I feel about Brazil,
Specifically, Vinny Jr.
specifically Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. is still having he's still a great player. Don't get me wrong, guys. When I talk about Vinny, Vinny is a good player. Like, again, all my friends, brother, like people that are close to me that I talk soccer to that are Brazilian fans are tired of Vinny. I'm still giving him some grace, but he's still childish. He did score a very beautiful winner for us against Colombia. That was a wonderful goal. But he almost got another unnecessary yellow card that would have prevented him to play against Argentina on Tuesday. if it wasn't for Rafinha that literally pushed him off the field because he was arguing with the referee. So it's still those childish antics, those little things, man, that are keeping him. Because like Rafinha, that's what I'm saying. This year, Rafinha might be Ballon d'Or. And the the way he carries himself on the field, the way he talks, the way he behaves, and on top of the way the level of soccer he's playing, because he was the other scorer for Brazil, although it was a penalty, but he played a great game, man. And mind you, Rafinha is not Brazil's captain. For him to tell Vinicius, shut up, get up the field, like they subbing you out, get out. For him to have that level of maturity, it's exceptional, man. Because yo, the game is practically like it was like a minute left. The coach subbed you out. Why are you arguing with a referee for? Why? It's unnecessary, bro. Like you played a great game for Brazil. Like it's been a minute since we saw you play at that level for Brazil, but you carried the team. You scored the winner, beautiful winner out of the box shot that went like wonderful goal. Like you proved that you can be that player for Brazil. Why will you go and get that yellow card to get suspended against Argentina?
Mhm.
Why? So there's still that little those little childish things that is doing that's making me think he's not ready for him to be the leader of Brazil yet. And it sucks for me to say that because I'm not a Barcelona fan, but right now our leader is Rafinha, man. Because you see him on the field, he's like the field general. He's telling everybody what to do, where to be, and he's not the captain. Keep in mind he wasn't.
Is he sending a message though in the next? Because the team is still able to make adjustments,
Yeah,
to
yeah. I
roles
think
and
I think I think he should get it because he is playing at that level for a club and
and he's playing
he
at that level.
is playing at that level for selection. And yo, I it's you cannot hate on the kid, man. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's put Barcelona on his back, and now he's doing it for Brazil. Yo, you think in a team where Vinicius is playing, Rodrigo was playing, there was other people playing. Rafinha took his ball and shoot a penalty. Vinicius could not say anything because right now, if you wanna be technical, he's in that conversation as one of the best players for Brazil. Now I'm gonna have a take. I'm gonna have a hot take.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are gonna be
Mm-hmm.
angry with me because when
Mm-hmm.
I said that the other day, and she went crazy. She was like, "Oh, really?
Mm.
We don't need Neymar in the team anymore." I'm gonna give it a minute for it to sink. And I know I'm gonna get a few calls after this. But in my personal opinion, I think Neymar will hurt us more than it will hurt us more than do us good at this point. Because think about it, Ollie. You got called back into a selection after how many years of not playing? And yeah, I know that 10% luck that we were talking about again. You got injured. And the selection played at a high level. Colombia is not a low team. Colombia is not is Colombia. I won't say keep. Colombia is a good team. It's a solid team. Colombia knock us like you knock us out of championships before. We're talking Copa America and things like that. Colombia plays a high level of soccer. They have international players. They have Luis Diaz. They have James Rodriguez. They have other good players, and they play disciplined football. Like if Colombia was a low team, why will we struggle against Colombia and scored a winner at the 99th minute? Literally at the end of the game. But looking at the team, because okay, the reason why against people are gonna tell me, yo, you crazy, Neymar is Neymar. When you bring Neymar back, will you gonna bench?
I was like, hey,
The
you made the roster.
Yeah, I made the roster, but with my roster, I had Rodrigo playing the nine. Now the way he made his roster without Neymar, he had Rafinha playing the 10, which Rafinha, remember I was telling you when Barcelona got that red card and they were playing 10 against 11, Rafinha had to take that 10th responsibility because they subbed out what's his face? They subbed out their 10th. I forgot his name right now, but it will come to me. Rafinha had to take that responsibility, which he did. Is he the best 10th? No, he's more comfortable on the wing, but he can play the 10th. And right now, like the game that I watched against Colombia, Rafinha is playing as a field general. And he has the world's confidence in his head. Like Rafinha, it's like when Rafinha get on the field, is telling you, I am him. Now you're gonna bench that guy for a Neymar that is getting injured, an aging Neymar, mind you, he's 30 something, getting injured, getting in childish moment like Vinicius, getting stupid yellow card because somebody tackled him and he will go back to get revenge. Like that would hurt the team a little bit more. If you wanna bring Neymar for morale, I understand that. But have Neymar start a game right now to bench either Vini, Rafinha or Rodrigo, it's gonna hurt the team. The only way Neymar can start in that Brazilian team right now is to bench the nine, and I don't think it will be fair because Neymar is not a pure nine. Because I'm fine with Rafinha playing the 10. He played it well. I'm fine with him doing it because we didn't even bring Lucas Paqueta, another dude that we can live in England right now.
He don't like Paquita.
No, mind you, I like Paqueta, but my brother doesn't. But we did not miss him. That's what I'm trying to say.
But
We did.
see, that's where it gets dangerous. Because just because you don't miss a player, because I still feel like it's too early to be like, oh,
It
we
is too
missed.
early. It is too early. That's why I say it will be a take. It is too early to knock down players right now. But there are those three, in my opinion,
Are solidified.
they are solidified and they are untouchable. Now, whether you bring Paqueta or Neymar is gonna change the team dynamic, which will hurt the team a little bit more. Because now, the way the team is playing, everybody is playing in their position, which they can play, and they are playing at a high level for their club. You see what I mean? Now, if you bring Neymar and you bench Joao Pedro, for example, which is our nine, the guy who's playing the nine for us, either Rodrigo or Neymar or Vinicius or Rafinha is gonna have to play center attacker. That's gonna take away from what they're giving. Because Vinicius was comfortable on the left, he had a wonderful goal. Rafinha is standing in the midfield, passing ball like he was the post office delivering letters. You have Rodrigo who's playing at a high level for Real Madrid. And I had a crazy take the other day. Not crazy take, no, I had a hard take the other day where I say Rodrigo right now is the best Real Madrid player right now.
I could see that.
Yes. So he's playing the same position for Brazil right now. So what he's playing at a high level every weekend in his club is doing it for Brazil right now. So if when you bring somebody else to change that dynamic, you don't think that's gonna affect the team morale?
Not in the okay. So that's assuming he's coming back as a starter.
You cannot. Okay, you okay. Let's say okay. It's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers right now.
I
Remember
was
you
about to
told
say
me.
that. I was like, you're not showing the same love to Neymar the way you were showing to Aaron Rodgers. I'm so happy you
Remember you
said
told
this.
me
You read
earlier.
my mind, ladies and gentlemen.
Remember
He's
you
seen
told
where I
me
was
earlier.
going.
Is Aaron Rodgers gonna be comfortable playing on the bench? Neymar is not. Because there's another aspect to it, Ali. A lot of the press when they push those narrative out. Remember, whenever there's a big competition, the Argentina team of Messi, the USA team of Pulisic, the Brazil of Neymar. That's what we have been hearing since 20,
Uh,
2010.
Yeah, but that nah, too many. Nah,
Right
because
now, they're saying it's the Brazil of Vinicius. Right now, that's what they're saying.
I'll do you
For
one
me,
better. Portugal with what with CR7. He
that's what
was
I'm
he
getting
was
at. CR7 has to be on the bench.
and he might not be okay with that, but the team is perfectly fine with hey, you're coming off the
Dude,
bench.
CR7 has to be on the bench. The coach that dare put him on the bench was fired. And the World Cup, was it the World Cup? Yes, the
Yeah,
World Cup.
it was the World Cup when he was benched and
Cristiano
brought
was
up.
coming off the bench. They
Yeah.
fired that coach right after the World Cup. Now they have another coach that playing. He cannot even, bro. I watched the two legs of Portugal against Denmark. The two leg. The first leg, I was telling Angie they need to remove Cristiano. Cristiano is not doing anything, and on the bench, they have the kid from PSG, Gonzalo Ramos. They have the kid, they have so many good attackers, so many people that can play center attacker, and he wasn't removing Cristiano. The game today, he removed Cristiano at the 90th something minute to put Gonzalo Ramos. For what? Gonzalo Ramos can score, he can play, and all he needs is somebody to give him the ball. Cristiano, yes, he's a great player. He's a high level player, but he's nearing 40, man. He's done. Give those kids a chance. Give them a chance.
I'll give you
And
another name. I'll give you another name, cause this is good. Cause now we're talking about old play. Luca from Modric.
for Luka Modric, you see, Croatia is losing. Well, not losing. They were tied with France going into extra time and penalty. He went on the bench. He
Mm,
left.
mm.
Croatia has a problem though. We are talking about teams that are producing high level talent in that position.
Yeah.
Okay,
Luca. The Croatia's not produced that. That might be another Luca for decades.
that's one. Two, Luca, although is on the bench at Real Madrid, whenever we have problems, whenever we are in a tight game, tight situation, we put Luca on the field because it's that player that can unblock a game for you, that can win a game for you, because he has that vision, that pass. Because same thing with Kevin De Bruyne when you think about Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
De Bruyne gave Belgium. When I started watching the game, they were leading Belgium 3-0. Kevin De Bruyne gave Belgium that game with his passing, with his vision. Like, it will take a minute. Don't get me wrong, Neymar cannot block a game for Brazil by himself.
So
If
that's what I'm
if
so
it's
see.
if
I'm so happy we're having this conversation like this because it's like you're describing these things that you know the ability to unblock a game, the ability the. I
I
feel like
told you,
Neymar too is more mature than he's ever been in his career
I don't
because
think so.
I
But
think so because the
I'm
media
telling
has
you
a huge role
this.
to play in you not liking or the media has a huge role to play in people disliking Neymar and people perceiving Neymar to be immature. Not to
No,
discredit him, he doesn't have a
it's not
reason to be.
even immaturity for me, although it's proven that there's a period of time every time he wants to go to the carnival, every time he wants to go there, he claimed that he's injured, things like that. But those are media stuff. That's not that for me. What's for me is I need a Brazil team with players that are playing at a high level in their position. And right now, Neymar has not been playing at the high level for the last 3 years.
Mhm.
He's still Neymar. Don't get me wrong. He can unblock a game. But my point is, it's not that I don't want Neymar in the team. I think having Neymar in the team might hurt us more than not having him for the sole purpose of joueur pour le monter sous joueur. Players are gonna be on players because there's too many players that like being on the left wing. There's gonna be too many. There's gonna be four guys on the team of 4 attackers are gonna be players that like to play on the left wing.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, now if you're putting Neymar in this team, the clear player that will be sacrificed is Joao Pedro. Who's gonna be the nine? Like who's gonna be the nine, the guy that unless you wanna kill a midfielder and play with two attacking midfielder, that I can see. If you play with, if you do a formation where you remove Gimares or you remove Gerson, and you have one of them, either Gerson or Gimares, and then you have Rafinha, Neymar as two attacking midfielder. You have Vinicius on the left, Rodrigo on the right, and then Joao Pedro as a center attacker to start the game, and then
Yeah,
around the
you could do that to start the game. Apply major pressure and then switch things up in the
unless you
in the
wanna do
second
it
half.
like that, unless you wanna study it like that. But
There you go.
at
You
the
just yeah yeah.
second half, one of those guys gonna have to leave. You can remove Joao Pedro and then put a
See,
midfielder.
I'm glad we made this
Um,
revelation because now this goes back to what I was saying about how one it's too early to tell, but this is why I don't like the mentality of like, oh we don't miss this guy, we don't miss that guy. What you sacrifice when you don't have certain players on the roster is you sacrifice versatility. Even though you can have a thing, you can have a set plan, a set formation, your set guys for set positions. You can have the best. It's better to have that figured out in the beginning. So Brazil has that figured out, but now you can't be in a position to say, "Oh, we should go without Neymar. We should go without certain other additional players," because now that's where you begin to sacrifice versatility. And the one
mhm,
thing we know about the World Cup, and one thing we know about just international play in general, your plan,
mhm,
your plan, however you came with it, depending on whatever team you are, your plan, your base plan will go to
mhm.
shit every time.
Definitely,
So you need
definitely.
people like a Neymar, like a Luca, who can unblock a game, who can change
Mhm.
the game for you, and you also need versatile lineups that switch things up, that catch opposing teams off guard. Because
Well,
the
I'm
more
gonna.
you're able to do as a team with your weapons, the better chances you give yourself to win a game and win a tournament. When the better position you put yourself in.
I'm going to counter argue that, and when it comes to Portugal, um, that situation is not the same because for the sole purpose of CR7 Cristiano, as much as I love him,
That's his ego. I didn't mention that. I didn't mention Portugal in that rebuttal
no, the
because of him.
reason why I'm telling you that is Cristiano is not playing. For example, if a team is winning 1-0, you need that guy that can, even if it's an attacker, that can come back a little bit and do some pressure,
Yeah,
like on top of the midfield.
yeah,
Cristiano is not doing that at his age, which I understand. It's not that he doesn't want to, but he's trying to preserve that energy because
yeah,
it's 40 guys. It's
yeah,
40.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Again, Father Time has been undefeated except in LeBron James' case.
So
So
what in so switch it to Neymar situation.
Neymar is not 40. Neymar is 33. I think it's my age, 33, 34,
So that's what I'm saying. In Neymar
32, 33.
situation, what are some scenarios where you can see him having some use? Like for example, in that lineup where you have two cams, what is
Okay.
what
So in that lineup that I have, again, I was gonna tell you that the only issue I have with that lineup is if I'm playing a fast-paced team, a Spain, France, a
hmm
team that is very, very, very fast-paced,
hmm
that lineup is gonna kill me because I have two guys in the midfield that are offensive minded, not defensive minded.
hmm
So unless I have a coach that can tell them we need you to do this and that to tackle, to play hard, to do this, um, we will get hit a lot.
Mm. Okay.
Unless in that lineup you're gonna need a defensive midfielder that has the mindset of a Gattuso, of a Makelele, of Gilberto Silva for Brazil, a guy that is not scared to get physical. And I don't think we have that yet in our team. Like they are young players because it's it's gonna need more time to they're gonna need a little bit more time to develop. But whether it's Gerson, whether it's Bruno Guimaraes can be that guy, but I think it's lacking a little bit
Mhm.
of that physical. But um, that's the only issue I have with this lineup. Because if I'm playing a fast-paced team, shit, I'm gonna get hit early
Mhm.
because they're gonna beat me on the wing. Mind you, I already don't have good right back, and well, apparently we have a good right back now, the number 13. I put his name is Wesley Franca. He plays in Brazil, but he had a few minutes in that last game, and people are yelling like, well, where are you when we were looking for a right back? So I'm gonna see against Argentina if they're gonna play him and see if he can keep that level. But as far as the left back, Aranya is decent enough, but it's not as physical as we want him to be. We don't have a Roberto Carlos, we don't have a Cafu. If you have those guys, because Brazil played like that before. Brazil
Mhm.
played like that because remember, back in the days, we had Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, and we had Kaká. So we had four guys, right?
Oh, Kaka would fight somebody off their strength and forget about soccer.
Exactly. We had four guys that were offensive minded and we're still playing like that, but we still had two soldiers on the right and on the left that were Roberto Carlos and Gafu. And we had a soldier in the middle of the midfield that was Gilberto Silva. So if we can get three guys that can tackle like that, I'm fine with that two camps scenario. But now with the Brazil that we have right now, that two camp scenario might hurt us more than it does us good. Again, I'm not saying that I don't need Neymar in the team. I just feel like the way the lineup is, inserting Neymar in it, the player we're gonna sacrifice might cause the team to be a little bit more like a dog chasing its tail.
Okay. All right. Well, all right, people. You know what I'm saying? Uh, he's got a lot of phone calls to answer for sure for that take.
Oh yeah,
Hopefully you
yo,
explained yourself.
I think the comments are gonna be on my ass this week. But
Hopefully you
moving
explained
on,
yourself.
talking about Rafinha though. Rafinha said after the Copa America, he was set to leave Barcelona. He was done. He was looking for a new team, and then the coach called him and was like, "Yo, come to a training." And he came and played, and the coach was like, "I need you in the team." So he's like, he went back home and told his wife, "Yo, if he's a coach that is fair and just, I'm gonna make him love me in a week." And now Rafinha is in the Ballon d'Or conversation. So guys, I tell you this story. It's not for us to debate it, but it's to tell you guys, no matter what you're going through, man, just know your potential and know that all you need is for somebody to believe in you this much. And once you get that trust, just show them what you're made of, and then go ahead and win, man, by all
Hmm.
costs.
You gotta prove them. You fail one. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
prove them right. Prove yourself right.
hmm
You reward them for believing in you.
exactly.
All that stuff. And as a
And
Barcelona
believe in
fan,
yourself too. Believe in yourself too.
I'm so happy he's doing just that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
As a Brazilian fan, I'm happy too, man.
Yeah,
Rafinha
you get to be happy
is
too for a little bit.
great, man. I'm happy. I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him. I remember in 22, the 2022 season, I was telling Noelle, yo, Rafinha is a great player. And she's like, yeah, I don't see it. It's not, but now he's playing at that level, man. I'm glad and I'm happy for him.
Hmm.
Makes me happy that Brazil is figuring some stuff out. I still don't like the coach, but
Slowly but surely, we
moving
gotta
on.
hear,
Yeah,
we gotta
definitely.
see it.
Moving on. Before I have two more things to talk about, and then we're good. Hojlund, with who's a Denmark attacker, and that first leg match against Portugal, he scored at the end of the game, like 90 something minutes, and he celebrated by doing Cristiano's celebration, the Siuuu. And they have a picture of Cristiano watching him doing it. He came like the press was running with it. Oh my God, he disrespected Ronaldo. He did this you just to mock Ronaldo. Da, 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 da. And he came and said, no, I did not mock Cristiano. Cristiano is the guy that got me loving soccer. I play soccer because of Cristiano. Like I love this guy. So that's my celebration. I just did it because I wanted to honor him, not because I wanted to mock him. Now, my question for you, Ali, is when you're playing against your idol and you're winning, How can I word that? Is it a good thing to do their celebration against them, or does it appear like is it too much?
It's fighting words. It's fighting. It's fighting action. It's a
Even if it's your idol.
it's soccer. It's football.
Mhm.
It's a declaration of war.
But
Okay,
like he said he's been cheering for Cristiano forever. Like that's his
do it, but
guy.
do it when you're do it when you're playing against the club team or something. Don't do it when you're playing against the international team. What's wrong with you? As just, wars have been started for less. Like like I don't think you understand how competitive is. You don't think how competitive this gets. You don't just. I'll give you not to switch sports, but that's when Giannis did this when he was going against LeBron, and you
Mhm.
don't do that. You don't do that. You don't put on the king's crown just because you're winning the game. That's disrespectful. You don't do that.
Yeah,
Because if you was losing, you wouldn't do no celebration. If
yeah,
the
yeah.
if the score was 2-1 and you scored the one and it's the 90th and it's the 90th the 90th minute, you're
Minute.
not doing that celebration. I don't want to hear it. No, no, it's no,
I mean,
no.
I think it's
Coming from you too, coming from you, Mister. Oh,
yeah,
competition. These guys are
yeah,
buddy buddy. These guys are too
yeah,
friendly. These guys are
yeah.
this. What from you?
No, I mean,
What?
It got me thinking. Like, if let's say I'm playing in the NBA and I hit a three over LeBron and I do the silencer.
Do you know how disrespectful, bro? LeBron is dunking on you. LeBron at 56 years old is dunking on you. He's making LeBron at 56 years old is gonna manipulate the offense in a way to get you in the paint to dunk on you for what you did. That's disrespectful. I have respect for Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm not gonna sit here and say
But
I'll take him out.
everybody's doing this. You like this guy
That's
popularized it.
not what I'm saying.
Astro Speed. He put it
They
on a
can
high
do it.
level. Like I'm watching WWE the other day, and the guy won the tag team championship, and his first word was like, I feel
That's
like
fine. That's
I feel like it's
WWE.
so international, like that. And his position, I know he was playing against Cristiano, like, and Cristiano wanted
Exactly.
that goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
In
I don't
what
think it's love.
scenario is that a sign of respect?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
somebody in the comments tell me. This isn't club soccer. This isn't even if
It's international and it's like an elimination game.
it's
So
elimination.
I mean, they got eliminated. Portugal
But
came
like
back and whooped their asses,
but like
but
I'm sending you home and I'm gonna do your celebration.
he doesn't have one.
You better make one. This is you're putting this is the world stage. This is the world stage. This is where you make a name for yourself. This is you could say you could say you respect Cristiano. He got you into the sport before the game. In the middle of the game, you come up with your own stuff. You don't get disrespect. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. I don't know how you could spin it and be okay. I'll tell you how it becomes respectful.
Hmm.
Let's say Cristiano was injured and he couldn't play that game, and because he's 40, this is potentially the last game he'll be playing in a Portuguese uniform. Then I could see you scoring, even though your team is winning and you're sending him home, you scoring, you do his celebration, and then it's seen as like a nice Warriors honor because he couldn't play, and you respect him and you appreciate what he's done for the sport and for you as a player, and this, that, and the third, all that stuff. And you get
I
double
think
the
even
points.
then, man,
And if
you're still sending the guy home. I
Okay,
think even
but
then,
like, there's more there, and it works too if you know him personally. Like, let's say,
personally,
you were like a ball boy a
you know,
long
the
time
only way
ago.
it could work in that scenario if it's a penalty shootout. And he scored like the very last penalty. He did it and went and shoot Cristiano's in. If Cristiano will allow it, then that can be seen as a sign of respect. But when you
or after that, you do the celebration and you turn to Cristiano where he's sitting on the bench and you just hit him with this. You just hit
Yeah,
him with
yeah,
you just hit him with this, and then you keep it. That's not. That's disrespectful. Any other scenario is disrespectful. Disrespect will be met with disrespect on the international stage. This is
yeah,
international ball. This is not.
yeah.
You wouldn't. Matter of fact, if he was playing for Real Madrid, like I'm talking, if Cristiano was on Real Madrid and this kid was playing for Barcelona, it will not be seen as a sign of respect in the derby.
No, no,
If this was,
it
I'll give
will
you one
be,
better.
it will
I'll give you
be.
one better. Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. It will not be seen as a sign of respect.
Nah, it will feel it. Like if Sergio Ramos is on that field, he's tackling you. He's
Getting
breaking your
slide
leg.
tackled. His
Pepe is breaking
Achilles.
your leg.
His Achilles is getting cleated. It's
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
over. I don't
mm-hmm.
want to hear no. This is international. This is elimination international. My country's better than your country. This is what war started on.
Oh well, but
There's no respect.
we're gonna wrap up by saying congratulations to the Haitian men's
Yes.
soccer team that
Yes.
beat Azerbaijan 3-0. And
Yes.
also congratulations to Melchi Dumoni, who's been keeping the Haitian flag on top and for her team, Lyon. She scored the winning goal for Lyon, and she's in talk, just like Rafinha is in talk for Ballon d'Or. She is in talk for female Ballon d'Or.
Well
So
observed.
that
Well
is,
observed.
mm,
Well observed. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well
that
observed.
is a that is a
Yes.
good thing to hear as Haitians because we need
Yes.
some good news, man. We need
We
some
need
good
all
news.
the good news we can get. So
Yeah.
let's the best thing we can do as a people is continue to represent our country
Mm-hmm.
with pride, with with yeah,
Honor.
with honor, pride and honor,
Mm-hmm.
pride and honor. Because
Mm-hmm.
the only people that are capable of fixing the country is us, the people.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so we gotta honor our country anytime that we can, and not be ashamed to tell the world who we are. If you are
Definitely.
Haitian, you Haitian. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't pull that stuff back in the day where y'all used to hide. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this now before we get to May. It's a lot of y'all fake ones out there.
Oh
Y'all
yeah,
niggas
waiting
are
for
hard.
May 18 to with their flag up.
It's a lot of
No,
y'all fake ones out
no.
there. It's a lot of y'all
There's
fake ones
two.
out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of y'all fake ones out there. I knew some of y'all back in the day used to hide the fact that y'all was Haitian when it was not
Mm-hmm.
cool to be Haitian. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I will still hold your feet to the fire. So be proud and be prideful. Be honor the fact that you are Haitian, because we have a lot to be happy for. We have a lot to look forward to, but we also have a lot of progress to make.
definitely. Definitely. So again, congratulations to the Haitian team and congratulations to Melchi.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, guys, this is where we're gonna stop. We're gonna end the podcast.
Yep.
We
Let
have
us
some
know how
good.
you feel about Venz's comments about Neymar. How do you feel about the Brazilian international team? Do you agree with this guy? Do you disagree with him? Do you think he's a little too biased against Neymar? Do you think he should show Neymar the same love he shows Aaron Rodgers? You know,
That's not happening.
fry him in the comments below.
That's not happening.
Let him know how wrong he is.
A-Rod is different, bro.
Is it? Like,
Also,
comment.
guys, let us know if Hojlund move was disrespectful. If you're playing against your idol or you're making their celebration, let us know how you feel about that.
Yeah, if your biggest rival is in the office with you and he does your signature or your whatever, he does your thing.
Your
Is that
move.
a sign of respect? Is that a sign of respect? Is it really?
Let us know. Let
Are
us
you
know,
letting
guys.
that slide? I don't think so. I don't think a single person here is letting that slide. I don't,
Oh
I
well,
don't
I
know.
mean, it's lucky he did it in the 90th minute.
He can't go to Portugal. That's all I know. He ain't safe in Portugal.
But yeah, guys, thank you again for walking with us. We'll see you next Sunday, and
Yes,
we'll
please
have
like,
another one for you. Thanks
comment,
again.
because the
Thanks a
more
lot,
you
guys.
comment, the more the video gets pushed. Like, comment, share,
Definitely.
subscribe
All right.
to
One love,
people.
Ali. Peace, man.
Peace. Come on now, man.